Welcome back, boys. Hope everyone's doing well. We have a hauler spawn here. Bit of a different video today in this raid. I'm not really focusing on loot whatsoever. I don't even have a proper backpack. I'm just going for PvP, but while I do so, I'm going to be giving my map positioning and any tips I can give along the way. We are in an American server, so hopefully that doesn't get in the way of what we're doing. I'm not going to do any big mad video with lists and different techniques and stuff like that. I'm just going to give you tips as I play, you know. It's better just to show you. I think it's a better way, and also I'm a little bit too lazy to do it properly. If I do seem down in the dumps today, I just stayed up till 5 AM to watch the McGregor-Holloway fight, and well, if you don't know how that went, he blew his knee in the first kick, so not too happy about that. I guess there was a bit of nostalgia watching McGregor fight again, but that guy is done in the sport and with life, probably. So there's a spawn back here as I'm playing perimeter. I am checking this spawn. There's no sign that anyone spawned there whatsoever. When I hit overflow from hauler like that, I like to wrap around the outside. That gives me the most awareness and makes sure the bots don't shoot me. I forgot they added this as well, so it's kind of hard to rotate through there now. But anytime there's audio from my side, whether I shoot a bot or they shoot me, I want to move on and get away from that area. I am playing recon, but this whole thing I'm doing is about improving your success on the map perimeter itself, and my recommendation is recon in solos and the D54 pistol. So if you can, you know, combine everything I'm going to tell you with this kit, yeah, you're probably going to up that extraction rate by 30%. So nothing overflow, no signs of players, no audio. So when I start a game, most people like to loot or start their quest. I'm just looking for players to get them out of the lobby, make it a little safer, and clear some of these areas out. Less people on the server, the more free roam I have to do what I need to do, whether it be quests or loot or whatever it is. So I'm playing like this every time on perimeter solos. I'm just wrapping around, trying to hear players, trying to see players, and trying not to make any noise. Oh my god. I've got so much worse at this jump over time. I used to nail it every time. So I do take this rotation. It's on the outside of the map. And I'm just listening for people, signs of people anywhere. Gonna make our way to South Relay. That's the next POI. I'm just going POI to POI until I, you know, hear somebody fighting bots or see them so I can take them out, get them out. Move on. Part of your success in solos is just being quiet and trying to play for advantage. You know, you can have a one-on-one gunfight with somebody and your aim's better and you win, you do more, you know, damage, you have better shields, whatever, but a good solo player will always try and avoid a one-on-one fight. You always want to try and look for that, you know, advantage. So the warden is here at South Relay and there's no audio, so I'm going to wrap this side here towards station. When it comes to the relays then, this main roof up there is going to be the most popular location. 9 times out of 10 if you find a team in this relay or north relay. So there's our first audio. Birds in this direction. We're going to rotate over there, see if anybody's in the... I just heard a door. What? Why have I heard a door? Maybe under? I don't know. If you know somebody's in the area and you're approaching them, just cut your sprint. You know, I always have an issue with just sprinting around the map, but I would recommend walking if you know you're near someone. You don't want them ADS in your corner before you even hit it. So nothing, we're still going to move in the direction of the birds. I think it was more towards overflow side, but we can wrap around. If you're wrapping from relay to station, data wall's your best bet. You have that high ground on the mountain, you have the wall to your back, you have maximum awareness. So if you want to rotate the station as a squad, hit that data wall first and then push out. Perimeter can be one of the quieter solo maps. You'll hear nothing for 15 minutes and then you run into 3 guys. But like I said, with relays, with the roof pushes, like recent video, I killed 2 guys pushing that relay roof with a thief grapple. That's the best way to get up there. I would always try and avoid the main ladders at relays. You can jump up on some of the, like some of the, I don't know, the pipes on the side to get to the roof, get a shot off. See, aggro at me. So bots will always tell you if there's people nearby because they'll start acting different. That door's open over there. I don't know why. It usually isn't. He might be aggro because he heard footsteps. Some of the bots down below me are aggro now. Doors going off inside station, so I do think there might be a player in there. We're going to drop down to this bridge. There he is. And we'll take him out. Sorry, bro. GG. But in that situation there, as I approached station and, you know, played a little slower, listened to the audio, the bots were getting aggro, but they weren't shooting, which means they hear footsteps, so he was likely in this area. Paired that with the door being open, I knew there was a player running around somewhere. I think he's open security, he has. Has he got a bag for me? Oh, he doesn't even have a backpack either. No way he looted the whole thing, right? I know I wasn't here for a loot, but if I can get a backpack... we'll move on, I guess. But yeah. Basically what you're doing is just going around the map, listening for people, and then forcing yourself into PvP situations. You might be watching this and going, well, maybe I'm not so confident killing people, or I don't have purple or blue shields yet. That's fine, but the more you put yourself in those PvP scenarios and practice like rotating around and listening for people, the better you'll become at the game. So gear won't matter as much. I mean, like you see sometimes I'll do 0 to heroes. Like, gear does make a difference. Like, I eat a lot of bullets with purple, but you can definitely outplay people with low gear. So I don't usually take this rotation. I'm just seeing if I can hear people over in the tunnel. But as it goes from station to North Relay, there is a couple pushes that I like to do. And you can do this solo or as a squad. So the first one is this middle area between these 2 rocks. There will be a turret up here 9 times out of 10. So if you can hug the wall, get up and knife it without it making noise, that's probably the most optimal way to do it. But as you can see, there's this little grey building here. And like I said, with the relays, 9 times out of 10 people play that main roof. So what you want to do is approach from this grey building. Jump up on the right. And this works best with snipers. You should be running a sniper on perimeter. You can play this, and then you can just pop people from here. There is a little bit of cover from this, and then here as well. And you're just looking for headshots or knocks. But like I mentioned with the previous relay guys, it's all about getting up to that roof without making a lot of noise. And the ladder's always going to be held. So if you have a thief, or you have some mobility, maybe a vandal, you can jump up and shell it there. The other push that I like to do, I won't backtrack, but it's in that far corner, up like the little dirt mound right behind this building. You come up from there, you wrap all the way around, and then you play this area. Or you can cut in through this balcony here, but that's kind of risky with the roof campers. Cut down ticks. Alright, somebody's just opened a key room. I can hear directionally. It's this side here. So this is the perfect time to use your scan. There are going to be bots spawning, but I'm going to hit him from the top area. There is a door on this right side at the very top. He's going to hear me coming, so I'm going to pop the scan now and just push mad aggressive.
Marking targets.
He has a blue shield, so that's good for us.
Find them.
And he went for the knife like they all do. GG, bro. You can't close that door. That's what I was trying to do there. A lot of noise being made by me, so I'm going to heal up and just play for audio. This guy might have a bag for us. Oh, I don't have any cores on, I just realized. He had a copperhead, that's a very good SMG. Season 2 it is, anyway. Take some ammo. Smokes are good, especially in solos. If you get one shot and somebody's in your area, you can throw smokes at your feet, win the fight. I will take some loot while we're here. I don't think he cleared all this. I know this is kind of like a guide video, but I'm not gonna leave unopened containers here. Are you kidding me? Got the frag. Don't need all that ammo. Take the enzyme. Swap this side. Bubbles better than smokes. Do I have greens? I do. Top that up. Okay. Oh, another one. Brilliant. Alright, we'll move on. Let's talk hauler. Just check your area. If something like that happens and you're in an interior and you've just killed somebody, just take your time coming out of it. You might be getting held. Making a lot of noise, but I can't really, you know, explore hauler with these guys running around. So in solos, you might spawn hauler, and you might want to go overflow, like from this position here. I would always recommend getting in and getting out as fast as you can, because the person inside hauler making noise is a complete victim. I would usually avoid hauler in solos unless there's some quest-specific item you're looking for, or maybe you want to hit the wall safe. That's fine, but just remember, as you're making noise in here, a lot of people like to just go in, they like to creep, they like to scan you, and they'll kill you before you even realize they're inside. So, yeah, at the start, push in, and then push out through one of the side doors. What I like to do is, if I spawn on this side, I like to push in through here, and then go out this side door here. Then what you do is drop down this back ladder, just check under quickly, and then you want to push up the top red. This is your best position, rotating out of hauler. Just make sure nobody's up here with you. And then you have the high ground, you can rotate the overflow, you can check over here in the valleys. It's just a perfect position. So spawn, get in, get out, and hold this area, because other people spawn over here towards overflow and they like to come up. And you'll just be in a good position to kill them. Now we'll look at hauler's interior here. We do have 11 minutes left on the raid, and we have circled the map. You know, I haven't gone into too much detail about everything. I'm sure there are questions. I'm just, you know, rattling off stuff off the top of my head. I'll hit the wall safe, see if we can get a valuable. I'm a little bit of a loot addict, as you can tell. Complex shed key. Take that. Take that. I don't need a complex shed key, but I'll take it anyway. Okay, so then inside hauler, if you come from this side, what you want to do is use this as a head glitch right here. You can shoot through these windows, so people like to play the side rooms. Just remember that you can shoot through them, you can pen them. Side rooms, you'll not find many people in here unless it's a squad fight and they're healing. A lot of people just play the main corridor. If you come over here and you want to hit the upper level, you can make this jump here and just jump up, and then you can shelve these upper corridors. You will find people on the top floor quite a bit. We'll just look at the other side quickly, and then I'll get out of hauler. We'll go over the overflow. Over here, if you want to get to the top floor, you can jump up on this thing here. You just have to come to the right, jump up, and then mantle. It might be a little tricky the first couple times when I find this out, but You get it in the end, and then you can hit the top floor. Not a lot of people expect that jump. People think you can't get up there from here. So, like I said before, if you're ever coming out of an interior, just take your time. Oh no. He's gonna mess up our day, boys. Uh-oh. I hate the sound of that thing. Proper scary. It's like War of the Worlds. Normally I wouldn't scare birds like that, but the rocket drone does a lot of damage. I need to get away from him. So as you're approaching overflow from Holler, this is the rotation I take like 99% of the time. This right side here, you have the cover from the blue. This building's usually not occupied, especially in squads, and you can wrap all the way around the back. Once you get to the end, there are claymores here, but I would just jump across. As you hit that corner from Holler, what you want to do, especially if you're a sniper, is just scan the roof before you move. People like to play over full roof, as a lot of you guys know. It's a very popular spot in this game. But I will just rotate all the way around the back using the blue as cover. Checking the roof. Back here's the spot people like to play, especially that building. So what I'll do is I'll come to the right of this main pillar and I'll just scan the building. Nothing roof, nothing window. Next objective then, if I'm pushing in the overflow, is to hit this rock and then hit roof. This jump can be difficult. I do miss it sometimes. Not as much as I used to, but with good agility you can make it. Just hit this corner, jump, and then hold down your jump button. And then you're on roof. Those bots are aggro underneath me. From there then, big spots to look when you're playing top overflow is there, right there, and right there. Most common places you'll see players. The north side then is this push and that push. And then obviously overflow where I came from. If you are, you know, up here and you want to clear the area, your friends are doing a key or something. So what we've done is we've rotated around the POIs, we've killed a couple people, we did loot up, but our main objective was to stay quiet, listen to people, find out where they are, and take advantage of the situation. Now, while the timer's at 7 minutes there, I know the map's probably clear or close to clear. So that's when I start doing my quests, or I start doing map events, or I start looting. Anything that I really came in to do as like a side objective, this is the time to do it now. As you play more marathon and more solo games, you kind of have this feeling like you know the lobby's empty or the lobby's close to empty. You know, sometimes there are rats here and there, but they're not going to be too much of an issue to do what you need to do. So do your quests, loot up. I don't have any slots in my backpack, so we're just going to exfil over at South Relay. As you can see from when I was playing, most of the common rotations are keeping like map boundaries to your right or left. That just eliminates an entire angle you can be shot from. South Relay is the same as North Relay. I think I already mentioned this, but this roof is extremely popular. If you go to those rocks over there, you can headshot people that are playing this side of the roof. I do it all the time. But it doesn't really matter. If you do get a knock, they're just going to get rezzed or self-res, so you have to coordinate with your team to push aggro off knocks. You can jump up here and get some kills, but you can't, you know, do any movement. The main one is this pipe here. If you're not a thief or a vandal and, you know, you need to get up there to maybe finish a kill or support your teammates, you can play this corner, use the cover, and then get this thing out of my way. Then if your teammates call, oh, I got a knock up there, or one's weak, one's one shot, then you just jump across the pipe, start challing it. B-54 Outland Recon is the most meta loadout you can do for perimeter. People might disagree with that, but for me it's where I get my most success. Okay then, 473 runner damage, 2 runners down. I was primarily just going, you know, to give you guys tips and maybe get into some PvP, so, you know, nothing too special there. 20k in inventory value total. 31 items retained, 8 items were auto sold for 14.8. That's going to be our purple values, putting in the work there. 1 item auto vaulted, which is going to be the neural installation, and then 14.8 I added on to the total balance. That's going to be it for this video. I hope these tips help you out in your solo perimeter games, guys. I know there's a lot of stuff that I left out there and I could probably add on in future videos, but that's just the most natural way of me explaining different things I do in the game and different things to look out for. But if you have any questions, I will reply to everybody in the comments. But on that note, boys, I am going to bounce. As always, I will see you in the next one, and peace.